What up, though?
What up?
What up?
What up? What
And
up? What up? What up?
Let's do the introductions right. First time in a long time, but not a first-time panelist. It's Ken the Bear Fan.
What's up, people?
And a guy that's been almost as absent as he's been, Will Vogel.
What's up? Hey,
Hey,
my Wednesdays and
Yoli!
Fridays are getting better. My Wednesdays and Fridays are getting better for work, so I'll be here more and more and more.
And that's a good thing.
About that time.
Excuse me. I'm going
Our
to get my
favorite
fill in.
Packer lady in here.
Hey, Yoli.
Yoli,
your whole
Yes, we
family
gotta
is
hear
Bears fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
so?
she's the only one that's semi-intelligent and picks a winner.
I was going to say she's
geez.
the only one with
Yay.
brains.
All right. And of course, I got to do it because she's here. Megan, Aussie, 12, go Kroger.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
I can't even hear what's playing.
I'm here in body and spirit, as I said off camera, boys.
That was that
Same
Muhammad Ali, the champ is here thing. When he walked in for the Thrilla in Manila.
Yep.
Chicken Nugget is in the house. How you doing, Chicken?
What's up? What's up? I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you? One Pride. It is that time, baby. Football season is upon us, man. Get your cleats ready, get your pads ready, get your jersey ready. Oh, and by the way, if you're in the kitchen, go grab that popcorn and get that ready too, because it's about to be a lot of action, baby. Yeah.
But you're chicken nugget, not popcorn.
Oh, it could be
that's
popcorn
okay.
chicken, by the way.
Hey, I like that.
Well played.
Attaboy.
And of course, we got Nick Burton in the chat as well. I'm quite sure MDE will pop in eventually, but that's only if his wife didn't come home from her 2-week trip of driving back from LA to Tennessee in an RV.
Dang,
And
that's a long
speak of the
There he
demon.
is. Speak of the devil.
Hey,
Hey, MDA.
MDE was good, baby.
What up, MD?
Yep, and Megan made sure she told everybody morning's good. It's morning here in Australia. Yeah, that's right. It's the evening for us, but they are 12 hours ahead of us. For them, it's Thursday already.
It's Thursday already, yes, and I'll be very
And
glad
of
when this
course,
week's over.
we got the one, the only Jamie Forehead Malloy, also known as DJ Dog Tags on X, the unbiased journalist.
Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, I got another nickname for you, and it's a compliment. Nikola Jokic's twin.
Oh, just like
I'm
your
not sure you
Daniel
should-
Jones'
hold on,
illegitimate brother.
I was going to say, I'm not sure he should be more insulted by that comment. I'm just
You
saying.
should be flattered.
Yes, of
I
course.
hope.
he should.
Love you, Jamie, my fellow Yankee fan.
Excuse me, I'm a Yankees fan.
And you too,
So-
I forgot. Tired.
Around the horn, we'll start with Jamie and work our way backwards. How was your week, Jamie?
It was great. I did a show with Joe last night, Joe Dalio. We did our next episode of the Subway conversation chat, and we're gonna be doing one next week too. So
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
and then I went on open sports mic, and it was good to see the one and only Ken the Bear fan on there last night. Good to see you last night. Good to see you now too, brother. It's awesome.
Yeah, I made it in
Awesome.
late last night. I missed you guys. You were both off by the time I hopped in there because I had to do Inside the Pigskin. And I don't know if that's going to be an hour show or 2 hours of show. But we did have a gentleman that was a former assistant coach of the Toledo Rockets as a guest. So that was kind of cool.
Ooh, that is
Yeah.
cool. There's only one NFL player I could think of that went to Toledo is Deontay Johnson.
MDE, I love you, man.
Dude, to have this group blessed
Dang.
by addition of Ken, I feel as though I should pay an entry fee. This is Hall of Fame quality, even if Will is covering up the granny pennies and
No
Jamie
granny
doesn't
pennies
show
on
his
it.
forehead now.
I
Oh,
didn't think.
MD.
Hey, hang on. To that point, I didn't think Will was that wide across the shoulders to cover all
I'm
of the
not-
granny
I'm a tall
panties.
guy.
I mean, he's
Hey,
big, but I didn't think that
I'm
big.
6
I'm just.
foot. I'm
The
6
the
foot.
only Ken that shows up less than Ken the Bear fan is this guy. Kitty Ken.
I was gonna go there, but didn't.
You know I'm right.
Meow.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Aww.
oh, flattery will get
That-
you everywhere, young man. I do like some Tiffany. This ring is based on a Tiffany's ring. I carved it myself, but this is based on one of my favorite pieces from Tiffany's. So,
Chicken Nugget, how was your week?
Hey, my week was good. Just getting back on track with content. I just dropped a 2-for-1 on the Lions Cook Up with Chicken Nugget King, episode 4 and 5, talking about the Carolina Panthers, an opponent that we're going up against, and talked about week 7 playing against the Green Bay Packers at home at Ford Field. That's just something that I put in my mind and got straight down to and made sure I got to get the work ethic to keep on grinding and going. So yeah, my week was
Amen,
great.
brother. Amen,
Man, I
brother.
should have had you go after Ken the Bear fan because that would have been a great segue into our first 2 topics. But anyways, Megan.
the week from hell and another week from hell coming up. Had funerals every day this week, and as I said, the only 4 days I don't get funerals are both weekends. But played my first Lorcana, which is a Disney card game tournament on last Sunday. Got 3rd, would have won the dang lot of it. Except had a couple of anxiety attacks and needed to take a break. So really happy with that. So yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, Nick. That's awesome.
Well, how has your mini vacation been? Because it's been more than a week since I saw you.
I was on last week.
I'm giving you shit.
Oh. What do you
Oh,
mean
but
this
you gotta
gives
explain
me?
it.
What do you mean this gives me shit?
No,
Look, he
he's
just
giving
put
you.
more on his shirt.
Oh no. It's you know what? It's been a stressful week. I told the guys, everyone backstage why it's been stressful, but I'm just happy to be here. I'm gonna be here on Wednesdays and Fridays, probably for the near future, because work's getting a lot easier. My hours I get off at like the latest now 8 o'clock. So I'll be
Fantastic.
here on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I love being here on Wednesdays and Fridays. Also, I'm in an co-ed softball league with some people from church and outside of church. We're terrible. We're 0-7, but you know what? It's about fun, and we've had fun, and I've had a lot of fun. So that there's 4 teams. Hopefully, there's more next year. It was my first year doing it. Hopefully next year we're better, but I'm having fun.
Thank you, Michael.
I struggled this past game, but the game before, which we had to forfeit, we didn't have enough players. They still let us play though for fun. I drove in an RBI, so I had fun.
All right. You know what? And they should let you play if you want to play. But
Yeah.
the forfeit, I get the rules. I think you didn't have 8 players then. You had to have a minimum
No,
of 8
yeah, we have
players
to
in
have 8
softball.
females, including at least 1 female in the field. And if we don't, we start with the ball and 2 strikes.
That's
Right.
fair.
And of course, since the last time Ken was here, the draft didn't even happen yet. So how you been, Ken?
Busy,
That's
man.
like what do you think of the draft?
Happy with the draft. I was actually on a cruise ship. Go figure. No, I was somewhere. The wife always plans a trip for the draft. She hates the NFL, I swear. No, she doesn't do it on purpose. But we had a trip, so we were away for the draft. We've had some trips. We've had some family stuff. I finally, after 8 months, last week, got my X account back. It took 8 months of fighting X to get it back. So at Ken the Bear fan is finally back. Talking Sports is back on the back room as the backup again. And then go figure, this Saturday, Bears Twitter up and deleted. So now we have a new. So now, like, okay, great. Now what? Now I got Chicago Bears X, which we just started. We're already over 500 members. Rebuilding that community on X. So it's been busy, man. It's been going here, going there, family stuff, fighting with X to get the account back. Then Bears Twitter goes away. Starting Bears X. The World Cup, of course, was going on, so I was busy with that. It's been nuts. It's been crazy, but I'm happy to be back. Get back to some football. Perfect.
All right. That being said, let's get into topic number 1 tonight.
Oh, these 2 topics, I was like, JV, of course you had. Ugh. I hate this news.
Taylor Moton, blood clot diagnosis. He's the right tackle, correct?
I believe so. And I'm a Panther fan. I should know this crap.
Right tackle Taylor Moton has been placed on the reserve NFI list after doctors discovered a blood clot in his lung. The team says he's responding well to treatment, but he'll miss the start of camp and likely part of preseason. His absence forces a major O-line adjustment as Carolina reshuffles protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how big of a loss is this for Bryce Young's early season rhythm? Ken, what do you think?
Anytime you're well, the good thing is he's got camp. So, you've got camp to work in a replacement. So there's that. It's better than if the injury happens with, say, week 3 or week 4. So they got a month of working together at camp.
Mm-hmm.
So will there be an effect? Well, yeah, you're gonna have a lesser quality player there. But rhythm-wise, depends on how much of a lesser quality player he is. I think he gets a full month to back up. The next guy up gets a full month to work it in. So they'll be able to account for it. So I think it hurts it a lot less now than if it happened during the season. And you may see no drop-off.
Well, the NFI is considered technically the PUP list, correct? Because it's a non-football injury and it puts them on the PUP list, not the injured reserve, if I remember right.
Yeah,
That's
there's
how I
some
read
different rules that go along with that.
So with the new NFL PUP list rules, that means he could be activated to practice as soon as week 2 if he's on the PUP list at the end of the preseason.
Well,
yes, but activated to practice, not to play. He's able to be activated to practice.
But remember, with the preseason, they can take him off the NFI at any point during camp, and he can return.
Right.
That's the only.
But they're saying he might be through the preseason injured.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. So
yeah, it converts.
That means it'll be. That means before he could be able to take participation in team events, because of it being NFI/PUP list, it would be week 2 at the earliest if he's on there when they do the cut day.
Yes, because it converts from NFI to actual PUP. Yeah.
Right. Will, how do you feel about this subject? Being a Panthers fan.
Yeah, it's tough. Taylor Moton's been with us for 10 years. He's a veteran. He's a solid tackle, and it's definitely tough. I'm happy they caught it early because blood clots are a scary thing. We know the whole story with Chris Bosh in the NBA, and that was scary. And blood clots are no joke. Like I said, I'm happy they caught it early because then they can treat it and hopefully get rid of it and get him ready to play football again. The good thing is the Panthers medical staff will be with him and be assessed daily by their staff, their medical staff.
Good.
And he's responding to treatment nicely, which is great to hear. On the meantime, well, he's going to be out. I want to say our first round draft pick, Monroe Freeland, will probably take his position while Moten is recovering from this.
Well, hold that thought for a minute, because let's go to Megan, and I'll get to why you might want to hold that thought. Megan, what do you feel about that? Does this really affect Bryce?
As one who has had a blood clot, not in my lung, but I've had deep vein thrombosis in my left leg, with the very real possibility that it could have ended up in my lungs and brain, or brain.
So I want to get the medical term right. So that was a DVT, also known as a deep vein thrombosis, that could have traveled up.
Yeah, but it also started as a blood clot that went deeper.
Right. The technical name is of that particular type of clot, the one that can travel to the heart, is a DVT. That's DVT, what I was getting at.
So this is slightly different, but it's still a clot, which can be quite dangerous. I'm glad that the medical team was straight on it. I had to wait 24 hours because I was diagnosed on a weekend, but I did have the medication and was able to get it daily.
Awesome.
And I was very lucky, even though I had to wait 18 hours, but that's as it is. At least I got it.
The good news is that with what I'm hearing, it wasn't the genetic type of blood clot disorder.
Yes, that's what I was about.
Because if it was that basically would end his career as a football player.
Yeah, and he's responding well to blood thinners. I forgot to say.
Yeah.
I already said that.
Yeah, so I would be concerned with him coming back, because it took me about 8 months to be over it. Now, I'm not saying the medical staff doesn't know what they're doing. Of course, they do know more than I do. But I would be wary of rushing him back. And I'm not implying that the Panthers will do this. But even to have him ready for week 2, yes, he's on the published. Yes, he has training camp and pre-season. I just be careful. But as I said, they know more than me, and
from what I'm reading, when you return from the pup list, that doesn't mean you're ready to play. That just means you're ready to practice to get into game shape. So I think they will play it with the kid gloves if that's the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But if he's able to come back, if he's able to come back and practice the last week of preseason but not play in the game, he could be on the field by week 2 then, because that means he'll have that 3 weeks of practice with the week off on the cut day.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, yes, I understand that rationally, but I'd still be careful.
Oh yeah, we have like I said, we have Monroe Freeling who can.
I think I agree. Will Freeling will be your man.
Chicken nugget.
I think it's smart that the medical staff wants to treat him pretty well, so that way he can get back on track and get back to being a healthy player and help the team. And an injury like that is very tough for a guy like him. And I know it's a plethora of guys that had it. Chris Bosh being a number 1, and a couple others had been through the situation. But other than that, I think he can really tough it out and get back out there, because I know the Carolina Panthers are going to need him, and they're going to have to count on him to get healthy and see if they can compete for the NFC South,
So I wanted to say something real quick. Sorry. In his career for his 10 seasons, he started 128, has played out of 145 games. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out.
I'd rather be on the pup list and be able to go to Walmart to buy eggs and turkey meat and milk and Busch Light than being the victim of that secret danger. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm glad it got found. I don't know how they found it.
I was going to say, was it a medical check he was having that
So
caught it?
I have some experience with this, kind of. My wife had a blood clot. Now, she did not know she had blood clots at all. She went to the doctor's office, did a regular doctor's visit for something else. It didn't show. She had a motorcycle accident where some idiot ran her off the road. We're in the emergency room. They're looking at her leg. And by the way, we were supposed to fly to DC a couple days later to go take a trip. And they're like, yeah, you might not want to get an airplane because you're not going to get off. Because when they were in the emergency room, giving her a thorough look over, that's when they found the blood clot and took care of it.
Tell them,
Blood
Vinny.
clots are weird unless they have a reason to be looking at you that thoroughly. You just go to a regular doctor's visit. They're probably not going to catch it. It's when you go in for something more of an invasive look, if you will, where they're looking at you harder is when they find it.
The only reason I went in to get checked was because my foot swelled to be like this, or my leg swelled to be about this round and was as black as JB's shirt, and I couldn't get any pressure down. As I said, I ended up on crutches, and I thought I'd rolled my ankle again, because I do that. And they're looking, they scanned me, and they're like, and my grandfather had a history of blood clots and poor circulation, which I told them, and they're like, yep.
With my wife, it was bad enough they put her in the ICU for 3 days.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
I look at it as a scary situation, man. Prayers to him. Seriously.
Yeah, prayers up. And I'm just glad it wasn't like what I dealt with my youngest son's mother when we were together, because she went to the doctor to get her first checkup 2 months into the pregnancy, like she was supposed to get the first ultrasound to make sure the little every embryo that I saw of any of my children, I always said peanut, because in the first 2 months, that's what they looked like in the womb. And we found out that my ex had factor V Leiden mutation. And anybody who knows what that is, it's a genetic blood disorder where blood clots just automatically pop up anywhere in the body. And so if she gets an injury and it hits one of those clots, it automatically goes to a straight infection, and it has to be debrided immediately. And for the rest of her life, she has to take that stuff that's made out of rat poison. It's literally made out of strychnine. It's called warfarin, which is like the worst blood thinner they put on the market. Jamie, how do you feel about the Tyler Moton news?
You never want to hear about blood clots. I mean, those can be serious, but luckily they caught it on time. And this happened to a Sabres player, but thank God he's gonna be coming back this year. Yuri Kulik, he scored 14 goals. He scored 14 goals for the Sabres a couple years ago, and then this year he had a blood clot. He was out for the whole year, but luckily like I said, they caught his and now I think he's going to be ready to go for this season. But I think, Jeremy, and I understood back when we were talking about the rule changes, why you were advocating, to change the pup rule from 4 to 2, because I personally think with only 3 preseason games, you can't have somebody sit out, I think, for 4 weeks and then be ready to practice week 4.
Right. It'll take them longer to get into game shape that way. That was my point I was making. So if they're able to come back by week 2 and start practicing, then they're ready by week 5, week 6. Whereas if they come back in week 4 and then finally get cleared for practice because they're off the pup list, then you're talking it's week 8 before they see the field at times, sometimes longer. It really depends on what type of injury they're recovering from. And
but
yes, we got a message from Marky Mark.
Yep.
Mark.
So Marcus. But luckily, like I said, they drafted an absolute stud, I think, in Monroe Freeland. And I think he's more than a Freeland, hooked on a Freeland, whatever you want to say.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Good job.
I am old enough to get that reference.
But anyway, I think Will, can I be honest with you? This is my
bold I'm listening.
Take. I think I think you may have drafted the best tackle, but I think you took him at 15 or something like that.
Yeah,
before we picked.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I think if he wasn't, I think this is a bias, but because I think if he wasn't a tackle, I think he probably could have been a top 5 or a top 10 talent in any other position.
Guaranteed.
You got that type of talent to get him at 15, and now the good news is he'll be able to get starting reps in training
Okay,
camp
Megan.
and practice, and then until this guy comes off the pup list. So that's a good thing. Luckily, you ended up drafting Freeland now. Where you did.
Yes, I 100%.
So I do agree that Monroe Freeling's going to be the starter, but it might not be at the right tackle position, because remember, he's one of those guys that played both tackle positions in college. He just was right tackle the last 2 years as a starter. And the reason why is the next topic, because right after that,
I'm kidding. Oh,
Ike
yeah.
Ekwonu gets put on the pup list and more likely not back until week 8. So not only are they missing their starting right tackle, they're missing their starting left tackle. Jamie, now you see why I said not so fast on the Monroe Freeling at right tackle thing.
Right. So if you put him at left, who do they have it right?
I'll say in a minute. Well, I'll say when it's my turn.
Yep. But I'm just saying it really matters on how it goes. Here's the thing. This is awful. The one guy has a blood clot. Let's see what the exact injury was. A patellar tendon rupture. So in other words, the main tendon that holds your kneecap in place ruptured and had to be sewn together.
Yeah, not good at all.
That's why they're saying a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks on the IR. This isn't pup list stuff. This is IR. That changes things, because I think it's 4, 8, 12, and then season are the designations, correct, Ken?
Yeah. Yep. Oh.
Let me look.
Yeah, I'll give my thoughts, Jamie, on who can replace him whenever it's my turn.
I'm going to Ken right now because I know he can look it up for me real quick for the
I'm asking,
weeks of
what's
recovery.
the difference between pup list and IR during camp?
Well, injured reserves means they plan on them being out longer than the pup list allows them to at the start of the season. That's basically from what I understood.
So, okay, for pup, you have to be for pup only for players injured before camp starts. So obviously these guys meet that. They still count against the 90-man training camp roster. They can attend meetings, use facilities, but cannot practice.
Right.
If they're on the IR, they can't practice or participate, but they
They
don't
can just
count
go to
against the roster.
Right. And
The
they also
flexibility is the big piece. Can't be on the pup, can't be activated anytime during camp once medically cleared. But if they're on the IR, if placed in the IR before the final 53-man roster countdown, the player is generally out for the season. On cut down, if the player is on the pup at cut down, doesn't count on the 53-man roster, must miss at least the first 4 regular season games, then has return windows. If on the IR, pre-countdown, IR usually means end of season, blah, blah, blah. So those are your main things.
82.6 billion users are affected if Jamie resets the point of dilatation that NASA uses off his forehead to direct planes, rockets, and satellites.
Dang.
So, I mean, for Carolina, depending on how depending on how this pans out, I mean, you're losing your starting guards, right?
No, these are tackles. These are their starting tackles.
You're losing your left and your right. So once it just look at the Bears are similar with the left tackle situation right now.
If they lose their starting left tackle, the one that's there right now, then they're going to be going straight to free agency.
Yeah.
Just wait. I'll tell you the replacement is. But
Okay.
go ahead, Ken.
No, he was basically reiterating where I was going with it. That it's awful that both of your starting tackles are starting off the year where they will not be available week 1 at minimum.
Yes,
if they don't come back during camp for sure, your best option, if they're not, and they start out on the IR, or if the left tackle stays in the IR is going to miss the whole season, your best your best thing you're able to do is sign someone who gets cut as a
Sign a
backup.
body.
Yeah, sign a body. I mean, the Bears are kind of there. We got Braxton Jones, who's starting to left tackle because Ozzy's hurt, but Ozzy is projected to come back mid-season, and we got some other play there. So the Bears are going to be fine, but Carolina losing the left and the right, that puts a little strain because usually your backup is a guy who can play left or right. Most teams, sometimes you get lucky and you got backups at left and right, but a lot of teams like to kind of consolidate that roster down so they could carry an extra running back or receiver or tight end or something. So it just depends on where Carolina was sitting with their depth on the roster right now, as to how bad it's going to affect them when the season starts.
Right. Okay, well, who are the backups that you have in other than Monroe Freeling? Because we know that one.
So we have Rashad Walker, who was a free agent, was a Packer at one point. Let me look who else. We're talking tackles. I'm going to our depth chart, sorry. Stone Forsyth.
He was a UDFA from last year, if I remember right.
Yep. Isaiah Glass. I don't know much.
Anybody
about
with the name of Glass, I'd be wary about putting him in, especially on the offensive line.
I agree.
Mhm.
And some Albert Reese the fourth.
Albert Reese, that was a UDFA from this year, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Okay. So you got a few backups there, but here's the key words. Backups. The only starting quality tackle you have that can go right now is Monroe Freeling, your rookie.
Yep.
And can I say?
Oh, go ahead, man.
Can I say, as a Seahawk who watched Stone Forsyth quite closely, don't be relying on him for miracles. Just saying.
If I remember right, he was better when he was used as like the sixth lineman in the swing tackle position because he doesn't have great footwork, but he moves well.
I think I will say about Stone is his parent, regarding his feet, his parents named him well, and leave it there.
Okay.
So draw your own conclusion.
Do you want me to give my thoughts on Ecom, or is it Jamie's?
Yeah,
turn?
go ahead. You can do your thoughts on Ecom.
Yeah, it definitely hurts. Losing him for potentially 6-8 weeks is definitely gonna hurt. Our O line is definitely gonna be poor. But GM Dan Campbell didn't know the timetable for his return, and but he is remaining optimistic for him to return during the regular season. But I'm with JB. I think it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bryce Young, till Ecom Ekwonu is healthy, is going to be one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league.
You know, if I see a comment like that, I got to show it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
never gets old.
MDE, don't forget Kyle Monangai too, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, Kyle Monangai, but he was what, 7th round pick, right?
Seventh round, yeah. Maybe the steal of the draft. I don't know.
He was your steal of the draft last season. But this season,
we'll see how he turns out.
But that's all I got about Ecom, JB.
Ooh. Ace Boogie comes in and says Super Bowl 61, February 14, 2027, SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. Bears 13, Broncos 50. MVP Jalen Waddle, 12 receptions, 310 reception yards, and 4 touchdowns.
That's insane. That's insane.
Hey, that is a crazy call. That is a crazy call, man.
Ace Boogie, that might have been the hottest take we've seen put in the chat this year.
And you know what? We ain't even we didn't even have a single snap yet, and we talking Super Bowl already. Come on, come on, yo.
We talk it on the Lions fan cave chat, but that's another thing because it's a Homer show.
Right.
Dennis Allen's defense. Remember who Dennis Allen was an assistant with? Sean Payton.
I'm just saying it's going to be a sweet birthday present for my brother when the Super Bowl or Seahawks win the Super Bowl, because the 14th of February is the day before his birthday. So when the Hawks win again, I'm getting the birthday gift, not him.
I don't think the Hawks win again this year.
I think it's gonna be tough for them to go back to back. Honestly,
what?
Not happening.
I said what I said, boys. Just what?
I'm saying right now. I think they make the playoffs. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl again.
As I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl?
hey,
You're
we
talking
listening.
Super
We
Bowl?
listening. but we're talking about these two tackles that have been
Yep. Let's get back to
injured,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you know, I don't want to, go too deep in with it, but I think that when you lose two tackles, whether if it's right or left, it's going to be a struggle for your team. It's going to hold you back, and it's going to, lower the momentum. But you got to find some guys that can step up and play and, be neutral to their position and learn on the fly of what they got to do in order to, keep, Bryce Young afloat and keep their offense afloat, because we already know what they can do when, the chips are down. So honestly, they need to just go out there and figure out what their adjustments is, and, just want to go out there and get something done.
So I do have a crazy stat, and it involves two quarterbacks for teams that are on this panel right now. There has only been two quarterbacks in the last two seasons to throw for over 4,000 yards and over 30 touchdowns in back-to-back seasons. Do you know who those two quarterbacks are?
So it's teams are on the panel.
Yeah, out of us, yes.
Out of us, yeah.
Yeah. Two of our quarterbacks.
I want to say Sam, but I don't think so.
Sam hit 4,034 yards and
he
31
did too.
touchdowns
Okay,
last year.
my boy Sam. Yeah, I'll take it.
He just led the league with 17 interceptions. But anyways,
detail.
That's because he's a gunslinger. That's going to happen.
But do you know who the other one was?
Jared Goff.
One Mr. Jared Goff with 4,534 yards, 34 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions.
Can't leave JG16 out the fray.
He's
Definitely
like the quarterbacks.
I can show you a picture of a quarterback who didn't hit 4,000 yards last year.
Go on.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Considering it's
Mr. LGBTQB1.
And wait, JB, who won the division last year, Goff or Caleb?
Say it, Ken.
Hey, I'm okay with it. I accepted you won the division. I gave you your credit, but it's a new season, and you're now starting at 0, just like the rest of us.
I'm sorry, we are still the kings of the North until we're dethroned.
No.
Hold on now.
You told me when we won it the first time I couldn't call us the Kings of the North, so I stopped doing it, and I waited till we won it a second time
I've
in a
always
row.
said you're the North until you're dethroned.
Like, come on, Ken.
You're dethroned right
Come
now.
on, Ken. Hey, yo, Ken, you can't do that. You can't even do that, Ken. You can't do that to us right now. You can't do that right now, Ken.
Hang on.
You can't.
Hang on. We're still Super Bowl champions till kickoff. Just there's that.
Hey,
there's
all right.
Chance until they're not.
So let's get into our next one. Now that we've covered this for like a dead horse, because let's face it, Carolina's hurting on the offensive line.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But we do have some good news in the news today.
If you say so.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
Yeah,
news.
I can't wait to talk about this.
Love this news.
Bengals will induct running back James Brooks and tight end Bob Trumpy into their Ring of Honor during Week 8 versus Tennessee. Brooks remains one of the most productive backs in team history, while Trumpy is remembered as a foundational offensive piece. The ceremony continues Cincinnati's push to honor overlooked icons. How does that make you feel there, Ken?
I mean, I think it's great when teams are, doing things like this and honoring past players. I'm waiting for, the Bears to retire 54. But that's when you start getting into a problem is you get to a place where if I retire any more numbers, I'm not going to have any more numbers left on the field. So, it's one of those things, but I think certain players, it's overdue. And if we don't do it fans lose the past. They lose the history of their team. And when you go to a stadium and you're looking up that Ring of Honor and you ask, "Hey, Dad," you have a young kid. "Hey, Dad, who is Brian Urlacher?" Dad can tell you. Now you get the appreciation of who Brian Urlacher was. Maybe you go watch clips of him or you go read up on him. I think it's great when they do that because you need to bring the past back into the present.
Hey, Dad, who's Cody Parkey? Sorry, I had to.
You know what, though? More times than not, when you think about it, more times than not, fans remember the players they shouldn't
Ken, I
remember,
was
like
joking.
Johnny Manziel or Jamarcus.
Oh, Johnny, hey,
Russell.
Ken, can I just
Look
say
at that.
Johnny Manziel?
Grandma Trace gives you credit, Ken.
Aw.
Ken, can I just say Johnny Manziel gets a lot of love in our Seahawks chat.
I hate.
Just
I bet he
saying.
does.
But I mean, like it's
Hang on.
fan bases remember the negative players who
Yeah.
were big busts,
Sucks,
that, but we
yeah.
forget the heroes of the past.
I have a
It's just-
question.
Exactly.
I have
Sorry,
a question for Ken, real quick. That was a joke, by the way. That was a bad joke.
Hey, Wolvie,
Do you
put your
think-
claws in.
Do you think that three names, Matt Forte, Lance Briggs, and Peanut Tillman, get their numbers retired?
Peanut should.
I think two of them should be in the Hall of Fame at some point. One has no shot at the Hall of Fame, but was a very good running back. Now you know who's not making the Hall of Fame. And maybe Peanut gets it retired. If they're not going to retire Urlacher's number, they're not going to retire Peanut or Briggs, though.
I
So,
remember Peanut's an FBI agent, isn't he now?
I
Yes,
think
I believe
yes,
so.
yes.
Yes, he's he's helping. I'm trying to remember with that most wanted list, picking up the fugitive retrieval. That's what he
Yeah, I
works with.
think he already
Oh,
done it.
wow.
cool.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So
Cool.
he only thing I got to reply to that, Yinzer, when you're talking about Brian Urlacher getting trucked by Jerome Bettis, you can insert any name in the NFL as in his career got trucked by Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, Jerome Bettis was
Charles
6'2",
Tillman left the
200
FBI in 2025.
with
Oh.
the feet of a track star at that size.
He retired,
Jerome.
or
He resigned. He just didn't
Okay, yeah.
agree with certain FBI policies under the Trump administration, blah, 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 around immigration.
yeah,
enforcement, blah, blah, blah.
okay, got it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's not get into all that.
No, well, that's
So,
not like blah,
So,
blah, blah.
Ken, do you have more about the Bengals? You could go ahead. I interrupted you.
Yeah. I wanted to get his take on the actual James Brooks and Bob Trumpy getting in their Ring of Honor. You say you want more teams to do more with that, right, Ken?
I mean, look, I don't think every team needs to do one every year, but it's great to see a couple teams every year doing it. If maybe it becomes rotational, but it's good. Now we've got a fan base who think about it. Some of these kids weren't alive when Urlacher, Briggs, and Tillman played, or the '85 Bears, or the Barry Sanders generation in Detroit. And there's other guys on those '90s, that early '90s in Detroit, who might deserve to go in the ring. There are guys from the '80s who deserve to go in the ring, even the '70s. And even going back into the 50s and the 60s, there are some guys deserving of their team's Ring of Honor that just got overlooked. I mean, you got guys who are in the Hall of Fame but aren't in the Ring of Honor. It's like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds was not the first Mad Dog on a football team, because that was a fake football team in the California Bulls on 1st and 10, owned by Delta Burke. But there was the Mad Dog who ended up becoming a World Championship winning coach that was a former linebacker of the Lions, and then coached them to 2 of their victories in the 50s. So Mad Dog Joe Schmidt.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And you know what?
Hey,
GB,
sorry, Jeremy. It's
you
like
bring him up. Is Mad Dog in the Lions Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Yep,
I
he
think
is.
more coaches need to be in the Ring of Honor too, and they're not just head coaches. I'm fine with putting
Assistant
OCs,
coaches, like the
GM.
coordinators. If you
Yeah,
had like
I'm
somebody
fine.
that, if you had somebody that trained somebody that was borderline Hall of Fame and a Pro Bowler every year,
You got a guy
like a
who's
running
I'm
backs
glad-
coach.
Well, you got
I'm
like
glad.
a guy who's a GM for 30 years or 20 years for a franchise. Dude probably belongs in the Ring of Honor for your franchise. I'm just saying.
We've got three. We've
So
got three coaches in the in
yeah,
our ring.
I know what ring Pete Carroll will not get into, and that's the Ring of Honor with the Raiders. But other than that,
Not anytime soon. If they're desperate, if they've got one space left and they've exhausted all options, perhaps.
even if they
Let's not-
exhausted all other options, it would be Chucky. But anyways,
Yeah.
uh, Will, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, good for them. Really good for them. So I looked up these guys before the show because I love doing research. It's one of my favorite things about shows. And Brooks is second in Bengals history in rushing yards. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, and he helped them make that Super Bowl with quarterback Boomer Esiason.
I want to ask. He's second behind Corey Dillon, right?
I believe so. I think I read that earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
Who later had
Because I think it was
success with
Corey Dillon, James Brooks, and then it was the other guy, the Icky Shuffle, Icky Woods.
Icky, yeah, the
Yes.
In
They
that
took
order.
my number.
Joe Mixon got close, but he left too soon.
Get some
Yeah.
cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
All right. I had to
That
go there.
commercial's hilarious. And then Trumpy was an original Bengal. He spent 10 seasons there. Scored, fun fact, scored the first receiving touchdown in Bengals history because he was an honorary Bengal. He also has most receiving yards, receiving yards, touchdowns, and yards per reception by a Bengals tight end, and he is also a 4-time Pro Bowler.
Hey,
Nice.
and shout out to the Panthers, whose Wall of Honor for a short-lived team is that the Ring of Honor is actually last year
Yeah.
they inducted, or in 23 they inducted Musa Muhammad and Julius Peppers. And
I
Steve
was-
Smith is there, and Malone.
I think I was at the game they honored Musa Muhammad. To be honest, I have a little Hall of Fame.
That was that
band.
Vikings game you went to. That was the one. It was versus the Vikings.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was.
That sounds right.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
said, yeah, we inducted Musa Muhammad to our Ring of Honor. You actually said that when you came
It
in
was.
last week.
That was that one game when
That was the game. I
when
remember.
Thielen. That was the same game when Thielen was suiting up for the Panthers. Same
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember
Yep.
All right. I remember it. I remember us talking
I
about it
remember
here on the
hearing
show.
him say it
Hey, it
too.
was
I
one of
can't
Megan's
remember.
first
Yeah.
shows with us. It was one of
Yes.
Megan's first shows with us.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
the first or second, which is why I'm
But yeah,
remembering.
to wrap up my point, I'm with Ken. I don't think you need to bring in the all-time greats. I think you can do like fan favorites. Like I hope Dan Morgan gets in eventually. I hope that Chris Gamble gets in. I hope D'Angelo Williams, even though he kind of had a bad breakup with the Panthers, gets
Yeah.
in. I hope Jonathan Stewart gets in.
Hey, Will,
Yeah. What's
you
up?
just mentioned Dan Morgan. Remind me, who did he work under again?
Seattle.
Dan Morgan. No, there's how about my team's GM?
Oh yeah, basically we're
Brandon
our
Bean. He was an
teams are
assistant for the Bills where he took
Yeah.
the Carolina job under Bean.
You know what's funny is, speaking of that, I remember telling you weeks ago, I think it was like May, I met Sean McDermott. I'll have to send you that picture.
So real quick,
good night.
the Bears have the
Good night,
highest
MD.
number.
Oh, good night, MD.
Go ahead.
Sleep
go ahead,
well,
Will.
buddy.
Good night. Love you,
Good
brother.
night, MD. Salute to you, man.
For context, the Bears
So-
have the highest number of retired jerseys and the highest number of players in their Ring of Honor. They're still
Yeah,
adding
but
to
Cam
the Ring of
Newton-
Honor, just not retiring players.
So
Yeah, but
I don't- I
Ken,
don't-
hang on. One thing, you haven't retired it for the fans yet. We have.
So can I say something real quick? I think he gets in the Ring of Honor. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Cam Newton? Yeah, absolutely not. And we'll get into that next week. We'll talk about all the ESPN firing of their analysts and everything that they're
Oh, we
doing
got
lately.
fired
'Cause,
finally? Good.
yeah, Cam Newton, Ryan Clark, Tom Pelissero. There was
I
3
love
others.
Tom.
Ryan
Love
Clark
it.
got
Yeah, that
fired?
was the one that shocked me the most out of
You
everybody.
bring
And
it.
then after the initial 6, 2 more got fired today. So they fired a total of 8 broadcasters
Oh,
from
but the thing
ESPN.
about Tom is he won't be out of the job long. Someone will snap
Sarah
him.
got fired.
No,
Wow.
I think I think he's gonna get moved to NFL Network is what's gonna end up
That's what
happening.
I was thinking.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because it was funny because as quick as NFL Network joined ESPN, they separated themselves. Did you
I
notice that,
noticed that.
Ken?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Hey, I
you
noticed
like-
that as well.
Did you like Clark, JB, or no?
No.
I wasn't a big fan.
I didn't either.
He changed over the past 3 years. It was a little slow, but he was. As soon as Cam Newton got there, he became a different person.
I agree.
Can I?
Cam is like RG3, man.
Go ahead, Megan.
I was going to say, can I say my point on
Yeah,
that?
we're up to you now, anyways.
Yeah. I love it. I'm with Ken. I love. And don't get used to me agreeing with you, Ken. It's not going to happen again. I love the history. I love history, particularly of my favorite teams. And I got to see Sean Alexander go into the ring in 22 when I was there. I got to meet him. I sat under the 12's flag when he raised it and he went over and, was high-fiving everyone. Like I said, Ken, you have the highest number of retired jerseys, but we're the only ones that have done it for the fans. Just a gentle reminder there, my brother.
Come on.
But for these two guys, I absolutely love it because I think, like Ken was saying, if you don't, we're lucky we've got a good spread of the older, like 70s, 80s guys to the new. And I love that balance. But I think to Ken's point, if you don't remember the names, yeah, you can look them up online, but it's not the same as Ken said, a little one tugging on your arm going, who was Chuck Knox? Oh, he was one of our first coaches, and let's watch some of him or something. So I love it.
No, Chuck Knox.
Sorry, Jamie?
He was a Bills head coach too.
He was for a time, but then, yeah, I think in the second or third year he came. Or Mike Holmgren just gone into the ring for us 2 years ago, I think. I love it. And
the
you
Walrus.
don't have the Walrus, yeah. And you don't. I think also you want to acknowledge, like again, Ken said, yes, your Super Bowl winners coaches go straight in, but like you said, the coordinators that help you get there should also too.
Is Matt Hasselbeck in there, or did Al Harris intercept
Whoa, guys, too loud. Sorry. No, sorry, Jamie. Matt Hasselbeck, not yet, but he's on the list.
As long as Al Harris doesn't intercept it and he doesn't guarantee we want the ball and we're going to score it.
Okay. So what I was trying to say, I've lost my thought because I was trying to speak like 10 times and everybody what it was.
Sorry, Jamie, but sorry, JB. It's getting loud.
I know it was getting loud, and I was like, I just started to say something, then all of a sudden one person, then another person at the same time. That's why it got loud. It was 3 people trying to talk.
No, I think I cut you off.
So,
sorry.
Chicken Nugget, what's your take?
I find it epic. I love it. Keep it going. It makes their legacy, live longer than, forever and, go all the way from 20 to 30 years. And their impact as players is never going to be forgotten. So I like it. And big ups to the Bengals for doing that.
I like it.
Jamie?
Yeah, I think it was long overdue Trumpy got in. Like I said, tight ends I think are just they're something else. I mean, I know like quarterbacks and wide receivers get paid all the money and they make all the noise, but the tight ends, like I said, nowadays have become so valuable that they get paid, pretty good money, but a lot of tight ends are just usually, humble, great guys. They don't usually, make a lot of noise like the receivers do. But anyway, Trumpy, like I said, he was a pretty good tight end back in his day. And he was also a good announcer too for NBC with Dick Enberg, because he did the he did the 2 Super Bowl. Him and Enberg did the 2 Super Bowls that featured the Cowboys and the Bills on NBC.
Oh, that's what it was. Now that you mentioned announcers, that's where I was going. I still remember it wasn't the Masters, but it was one of the mid-major type of golf events when the golfer that was nicknamed the Walrus did his debut, and Mike Holmgren had already been a good coach with the Packers, and they actually said, "What is that? Mike Holmgren taking the tee?"
I love Cuddly Mike, as we call him. He is the size of a walrus.
And
What
he
was that
goes
guy's
to
name?
the,
Hello, Grandma
Rogue gets
Chase.
hired by the Packers, but anyway,
I just had to mention that because I thought
No,
it was
I
funny.
love that, yes. Hang on.
Whenever I think of golf regularly, and then I think of the Robin Williams skit immediately.
Yes. I was going to
Oh.
say,
I got a game for you.
yes, I love it. I was going to say, I do know Mike Holmgren and Steve Largent play golf whenever Steve Largent's in Seattle. Just saying to that point, Joe.
I always think
We're gonna take a crooked little stick and we're gonna whack a ball.
You're doing both the hole.
I
love
always think Holmgren and Andy Reid could pass as brothers.
Or at the very
Oh no!
least,
And then we're gonna
Uncle
put
and
a pretty little. We're gonna put a pretty little flag for you to aim for, not for you to have hope, to take it all away.
And
Dude, I love that man.
we're gonna put sandboxes.
We're gonna put
and-
sandboxes and water all around this little flag.
How many holes are we gonna have? One?
18 of
No.
them.
18. I love it. Oh my God.
love
God
Robin
rest in
Williams.
peace, Robin Williams. You
Amen.
genius.
JB reminds me of Robin Williams with his humor.
Oh, we need to do an after dark show so I can show you my humor
Oh.
before you go.
My humor's dark.
That's okay.
I'm not gonna do that.
Mine is very. Hey, when your own mother calls you brutally sarcastic, you get the
Did you-
idea.
I do have to say the only semi-dramatic role before Robin Williams became superstardom was The World According to Garp in his
Oh
early
my
movies.
gosh, I love that movie.
I love that
watched it
movie.
again. Love that movie. And
And then you notice the change in how his comedy, once he hit his superstardom, he wasn't as twitchy
edgy.
and edgy.
What?
And
What?
and that was when he broke his addiction with cocaine.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll disagree with that because I saw him live in Kuwait, and
No.
Oh yeah.
Compared to an evening at the Met when he was at Kuwait, he was calm.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he was not calm at all when we saw him
Well-
in Kuwait. But then again,
Well,
you're in
what's
front
it
of a
called?
bunch of soldiers, and we
Right?
kind
Yeah.
of,
yeah.
you know,
Soldiers get a different view of those guys.
I
I
was going to
still-
say my favorite Robin Williams movie. I mean, you get Dead Poets, you get The Genie and Aladdin, but my favorite Robin Williams movie is The Fisher King, the Terry Gilliam Fisher King.
yeah.
That's a good
You
movie.
know what
I like
movie
when he
always-
did Good Morning Vietnam.
You know what? You know what movie hits the heart is Goodwill Hunting.
Yes,
My boy's
Yeah.
wicked smart.
Goodwill Hunting. Oh,
yes.
Yes.
hits
All
the
right.
heartstrings.
I didn't
Chicken
realize we
nugget.
made this into a
Yeah.
movie show.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chick.
Yeah.
We were
What-
talking about Robin Williams. You cannot talk about
No.
Robin Williams with at least not once bringing up cocaine.
Or Rick James.
Okay,
who can't
hey,
tell
hey,
the
look,
fucking
Hey,
engine
look. Hey, look. One thing I remember Robin Williams for is being on Aladdin when I was a kid. I understand his
Yeah.
One of
legacy,
my
but I
Chicken
definitely
Flubber.
remember him being on Aladdin.
Flubber was great.
Prince
Flubber was
Ali,
great.
Ali, she, Ali, blah, blah.
Okay,
Manu.
time out. JB has just ruined Disney, and I'm a Disney kid of the 70s. Thanks for that.
Hey, that was actually a good rendition. Stop it.
Disney's kind of been ruined for years.
It's a sin to lie, so I will say it's reasonable.
Disney's
Therefore,
been
I'm making
ruined
it.
for years.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. All right, move along.
Okay, let's talk football.
Yeah, we'll talk
Okay,
about
and
this.
now from one tight end to the other, we got some great news about a tight end here
Maybe
locally.
like tight end.
I thought of the joke.
Sam Laporta.
Hang on.
Sam
I was going with a
Sam-
Robin Williams joke about tight ends, but I'm not.
Oh,
when I
yeah,
read
the
it.
Oh
Right,
no,
he-
I remember that wasn't Robin Williams that told it first. That was Bob Nelson in the 9th annual Young Comedian Show, and I'll tell that joke here in a minute.
Oh, okay. But
Oh,
this, I'm so
But
glad.
anyways, Sam Laporta, after having it was a minor back surgery. It was nowhere near what everybody made it out to be. It was not a spinal fusion. It was the removal of excess fluid on the spine. He has been cleared to fully participate in training camp today. Actually, started yet last night. It was made official as of this morning.
Nice.
How long ago was it that he had the surgery, JB?
It was midway through last season when he went out. I think it was week 7, and the surgery
Yeah.
happened around week 10.
Yeah, I thought it was last year. Yeah.
After
So
undergoing surgery for a herniated disc last season, Sam Laporta has been fully cleared of all football activity. Detroit expects him to resume his role as a top-tier receiving threat in Drew Petzing's offense. His return restabilizes the Lions' passing game and restores continuity for Jared Goff, who had a ton of rapport with Sam Laporta going in. I mean, face it, 8 games in, he had 4 touchdowns on the season already when he got hurt. So is Laporta primed for that jump from Pro Bowl to All Pro this season if he's fully healthy? Ken, I'm going to start with you.
That's a tough tight end market, man. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be the conversation. I mean, the NFC North has 4 or 5 guys who could be in that conversation. Then you got a certain guy in Vegas and another guy in
Arizona.
Kansas City who's still hanging around. A guy in Arizona, a guy in Indy. I mean, the tight ends.
All Pro. Remember, they do it for American League and National League. There's first team and second team for both.
Right.
So
For each conference. I mean,
right.
dude,
So in the conference, that means he's up against. Well, let's go down our conference. You got Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland. You got Tucker Kraft if he can stay healthy. You've got Dallas Goddard over there in Philly. Down in Dallas, you got Jake Ferguson. Over in Arizona, you got Trey McBride. You got that guy that caught a touchdown that shouldn't have been a touchdown last year in L.A., Colby Parkinson.
You got the guy in Minnesota that used to be your guy, and you traded them. If he's healthy, I mean, it's pretty.
What guy we traded? Oh, TJ
Hawkinson.
He's still TJ Dropinson. I call him TJ Dropinson, and I got jeered at by a couple of Vikings fans. But then he started dropping key third downs and touchdowns, and they were like, "Okay, now we knew why he calls them that."
Okay, we were wrong. Yeah.
The NFC North, in particular, is ridiculous at the tight end position.
Yes.
Football in particular is getting really good position. Will he be the best of the NFC? Ooh, I mean, he's going to be in the conversation if he's healthy. If he stays healthy.
If he does, if he returns to form like he did his rookie season, because this is year 3,
right?
If he returns to that form, watch out.
He's going to be the conversation because who knows what Roush, Kmet, Loveland, these other guys are going to do. I mean,
and then there's that guy down there. There's that guy down there in Tampa too. I keep forgetting about Cade.
Yeah, Cade Otton is a beast. Cade Otton is a beast.
You guys got one that you drafted last year that did okay for you, Will Vogel.
Oh,
who was that guy? Because you let Evan, you let what's his name go that came from the Giants, and now you got the other one.
I'm thinking
he's either a second or third year guy.
I'm looking, scrolling.
Is it Strange?
God, yes. No, that's the Jags.
But if you think about it, we got that guy that came off of the Chargers. Yeah, he did really good last year. But we also got a guy that was very good from the AFC West, Tyler Conklin, who if he wasn't in the NFC North, he would probably be a tight end 1 for a lot of teams in the NFC.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were looking at him briefly, but let him go.
Yeah,
And
think about
Kyle
that. We got
Pitts sneezed and accidentally had a good season.
No, you know why he had a good season? He had a quarterback that uses a tight end the second half of the season because Michael Penix twisted his testicles again. Sorry.
Got his testicles in a knot.
Yeah, called
There.
torsion.
Ew. I don't have
No.
them, and it's making me
No,
cringe.
it was another knee injury for Penix. I think it was his 1856th in his college and pro career.
I thought it was 1927, but I might have
It could be.
miscounted.
Could be. I might have miscounted too. But what do you think about that news for the Lions with Laporta coming back, Jamie? Is it possible that he could possibly get the actually all-pro form instead of Pro Bowl form?
It's very possible. It's more than possible. To you guys, he's important as much as Dalton Kincaid is, to the Bills. They're both cut out of that same form where when they're healthy, they're sure-ended, fast tight ends that are a security blanket with the ball in their hands. But they've also learned, how to get bigger and stronger, and how to learn how to block in 12 and 13 personnel in the heavy sets, because in college you don't see a lot of that. You only see like 1 or 2 tight end sets. But when you get to the NFL, obviously the physicality racks up with the 12 and 13. You got to know how to be able to deal with that besides just catching the ball too.
All right. Chicken Nugget, I know you've been waiting to jump on the bit on this one.
Oh yeah, I have. I've been sitting back, listening to you guys have a whole Royal Rumble conversation. But I really feel like this is, a welcome back for our security blanket being Sam Laporta. He's definitely gonna, take it one step at a time, don't rush himself, and just, earn every rep, and make sure he makes the catches that's, well needed for this team because, before his injury, he was a hell of a catalyst for us. And, catching the ball and getting the right, anticipation of understanding where to go and where to be for it. So I'm happy to have him back.
I want to say where I came up with the Michael Penix name because I do not get credit for that. Tommy Tremble also.
He's okay.
Was one of your tight ends. He's the tight end 2 or 3, if I remember right. Last year, it was after a preseason game. CBS, you remember I showed you the picture, Ken, on your show when I brought it in. I said, look at this. Even CBS calls him Michael Penis.
Nah. That's great.
So it's nothing against him personally. You're carrying on a joke, basically.
No,
Yeah, I'm
He's
carrying
also
on the mistake of the local TV station in Atlanta that screwed it up.
Oh, I see.
Jamie's not that viral yet.
Yeah.
No,
But
and I
we got
noticed.
pretty close one week.
I noticed he gave you credit, Ken, by saying on your show, Ken, where I showed you this. So he's given credit. And for me, Sam Laporta, I had him in fantasy in his rookie year, and he got me to 6th out of 18 in fantasy. So I have a soft spot for him. I'm so glad he's back for you guys because he is going to strengthen you so much. And yeah, good. I hope he stays, knock on wood, hope he stays healthy. But let's go, Sammy.
I'll be happy to wear his jersey again watching him play. But anyways,
hang on. I see that and double it. I'll be happy to buy his jersey and wear it.
Amen.
But yes, I hope he does well.
Yeah,
hey, JB, guess what? I'm ready for Laporta to pull out a Laporta potty and shit on all those defenses and go back to his rookie year.
The Laporta potty. I want to get a picture of a Porta John and have a label across it that says Laporta potty and do that as a t-shirt.
No.
You know what? JB knows.
Hang on. No disrespect to Sam, but for Sam's use only. on
Yeah,
the
and
door.
on the back it's gonna say "shits on defenses everywhere."
Yeah.
Oh no! Hang on, JB. What you do is you have like
Oh.
a picture of a like a moving truck with Laporta potties, Sam and owner Sam Laporta. Yeah, shits on it, and the slogan of the company: "Shits on everyone." There you go. Well
Yeah.
done.
Ken.
Wait, I didn't fully go.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't fully finish. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Like I've been high on this guy since Iowa, and JB and I talked about him his rookie year, and I hope JB covered the draft of the year. And you know what? He's such a fun player, and he's a bright star. He's a young star in this league, and I think once Kelsey and Kittle hang it up in the next years, you're gonna see Laporta, in my opinion, move up to that number 1 slot.
Yeah.
I think he's going
For
to
sure.
constantly be in that top 5, and the reason why is Trey McBride is still there, Brock Bowers is still there. You know, right now it's Kelsey Kittle. You know, you can say what you want, but when Kittle's on the field, he's a major difference maker for San Francisco. And the fact that he stayed almost as healthy as Christian McCaffrey last year was a godsend. Otherwise, they weren't doing it because their defense wasn't stopping anybody.
Exactly.
Good point.
So, on to our next one. Jordan Brooks got paid, off-ball linebacker, 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million of it guaranteed, making him about the 5th best paid off-ball linebacker in the league right now. What do you think of that news there, Ken?
So the mildly aggressive aquatic sea mammals have signed a peace for the future. Okay. They're still going to suck.
Yeah, but I do like the fact that they're focusing on their defense this year rather than the offense, because they've had an offense for the past 4 seasons. They couldn't stop a cold.
No, so I mean, look at that. That's a good sign, you know. And you just hope, though. I mean, you gotta sign some guys, and you gotta pay them.
I think they got the 2 big ones right. You know, because they did A-Shane earlier in the off season, and now with Jordan Brooks being paid, I think that's 2 cornerstones, one on each side of the offense to build around, and I think they were smart to lock them down while they're young.
Yeah, they got building blocks that can be there past the initial rebuild, because obviously they are rebuilding. So I mean,
100%.
I like it for Miami. It's like, you know, it's not a bad deal. They got tons. You know, they don't have money this year, but I wait to see what they're going to do next year.
Right, next year they got a bunch of cap space coming up because they don't have all the dead cap hits from Waddle and Hill.
And Tua is not much next year.
Yeah, Tua's drops down from, like, what was it, 50 some odd million this year down to 5?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like a 90% drop. Will, how do you feel about Jordan Brooks being one of the top 5 paid off-ball linebackers in the league?
Huh? Is it me?
Yeah, I said Will.
Oh, sorry. I had to do something. Jordan Brooks definitely deserved the extension. Over the last 2 years, he has more tackles than anyone in the NFL. He led last year in the NFL in combined tackles with 183 and 99 solo. He was a first-time All-Pro, first time in his career last year, and he was the team captain last year. So definitely well-deserving.
Megan?
Agreed. I think if a player has proved his worth, he gets the bag as far as I'm concerned. Like I've said before, the holdouts drive me nuts.
And notice your name is Kenneth Walker.
No, even the no.
I had to do it. I'm sorry.
But you're wrong.
Ding, ding, ding.
I actually called K9 walking 2 days after the Super Bowl.
I know. I said it too. I said it with you on that next roundtable talk we did.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it because, as you said, the big money on other players has gone. So if you've got the money and you've got a player like him, why the hell not pay him? I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah.
Chicken
Yeah,
nugget.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
you're right. You're raising your eyebrows at me like Kenneth Walker.
I
Really?
had to do that. I
Yeah.
had to do that.
But I reset it. So, yeah.
Yeah, but they're
I absolutely agree with the rest of the panel. This is, a good move for Miami. They definitely needed him. And they're gonna open up a lot of, cap space next year, and they're definitely rebuilding in the right direction. The Dolphins are gonna be good, in the next 3 years from now. So that's just my call on it. Um, but yeah, I like it.
Maybe.
Jamie.
First, I want to say, Megan, fun fact, he was drafted by Jordan Brooks. He was drafted by the Seahawks in the first round of the 2020 draft.
Yes, I remember sitting up and I didn't want my 12 bias coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, get that on tape.
But the one thing
no,
here's the thing. You don't have to worry about that because I wrote an article for the Buffalo Down. I wanted the Bills to try to get him because we needed another off-ball, big thumping linebacker for our 3-4. But it made sense to keep him because Miami's going to be switching from the 4-3 to a 3-4 with Jeff Havley because that's what they ran in Green Bay was a 3-4. And like I said, not just only that, but you're starting to see a trend kind of come back. Like for how the league for years, it was always a traditional, under center, big twin 2 to 3 tight end sets. And then we kind of went to with big and you needed big stay-at-home linebackers along with the big defensemen to try to be able to stop the run. But then it kind of went to the college game where they were spreading them out more. And they were starting to pay the smaller, faster linebackers. But now I think you're starting to see a trend in the last 2 years where the league's kind of gone back to, more of a traditional 12, 13 personnel. And it's kind of going back to the old school, big stay-at-home linebacker. And that's what Jordan Brooks says. He's a throwback linebacker who's a hard hitter, but he's going to be able to help you in the run game too. And so I think it was worth paying him because of his physical attributes and what he can bring to that defense in Jeff Hadley's 3-4 scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you that you're absolutely right because the last 3 years we've seen 4 guys get paid the best in the league. Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner, Jack Campbell, and now Jordan Brooks.
Yeah, notice 2 of those are ex-Seahawks as well, Bobby and Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby was the other one, right?
Bobby and Jordan are the 2 ex-Seahawkers.
Yeah. I said Bobby was the other one, right?
Yeah.
He now plays for the Foreskins. I mean the Redskins.
No,
you
had it right. Don't self-correct. You had it right. And I'm still bitter because I just bought a new Bobby jersey and 2 days later he left. Still bitter.
So now we're going to get into our last segment, and I'm going to get to you why this is important. I'm skipping the one about the Packers because we couldn't get a Packer fan to join, so they can go suck balls. But anyways, Jacoby Brissett of the Cardinals is holding out right now, and it's kind of a big deal. But it's also why they did another move today. While he's holding out, they did pay Carson Beck to the highest amount they could for his draft pick status in the 3rd round. They got him at 4 years and $7.36 million total. So he got every penny of that mid-round 3rd pick he could get. And it makes sense when you hear Jacoby's holding out for starter money when they're still paying Kyler. Ken, what do you think about that?
So Beck was a holdout. Part of it, the money was not the big piece of his contract. This kid still wants to do his podcast. Now, I don't know if that's in his new contract he signed or not, what the terms of that deal are. But Jacoby's like, well, you're going to draft me on the third round. I want paid. I want some assurances. I'm not going to be some guy you give a few bucks to and throw away after 2 weeks. I get where he's coming from. Carson Beck, I don't know how good the guy. Some people really like this kid. Some people are like, he's a third rounder for a reason. And the max contract, I mean, I'm not, okay, whatever.
See, Carson Beck was only going to be the first pick overall one way, and that was if he beat the Heisman winner in the national championship without making mistakes. That being said, he made mistakes in that game.
Yep.
And it led to the whole reason why Georgia didn't give him more NIL money to stay that last year of eligibility. They said, fine, Miami, you can take him because he folds in big games.
So we'll see. I mean, Brissett is using everything JV just that you had said as leverage. But look at the Cardinals are in a weird place this year. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they've guarded.
Go ahead, Will.
No, you go ahead.
They're going to be in a weird place, and the quarterback position is a part of that weird place they're in. I think they prefer to go Jacoby to start the year than Carson Beck, but you know what? They got a plan B, and they know it's going to be a weird year anyways. So they'll just like if Brissett just, I'm not going to play for money, but like, Deuces, good luck. Because honestly, where else is he going to go?
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well,
I know they have Gardner Minshew on their roster also.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico. He's
Down by the river.
33. He's 33 years old. He started 12 games last year while Kyler was hurt, and he only won one game. One game. So guess what? Man up, dude. Like, seriously, like, you're going to get minimum because you're not it anymore.
I hate when somebody says he only won one game. Because if you look at his stats, he put up better stats last season in 12 games than Kyler did the last time he played a full season. So I want to push back a little bit on that.
That's fine.
He had statistically one of the best quarterback years they've had since, well, Kyle Warner that took them to a Super Bowl. They just didn't have a defense.
Yeah. But
and I think they went through 8 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Something like that.
But I don't know. It's going to be interesting what happens with this Arizona team this year.
Yeah. Megan?
As a division rival of my brother's beloved Cardinals, that's at least 2 wins I've already got on the books.
She's called.
Oh no, I've had it for the last 5 years, particularly at Lumen. I'm wondering. They had to let Kyler go. I don't have a problem with that, but with everything that's happening there, as Ken said, it's going to be a very strange year for the Cards. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of Kyler regret by that, and we talked about it on our division roundtable, and also the Seahawks watching from the outside. Do they regret letting Kyler go? As I said, yes, they had to let him go because he was a shit disturber, pardon my language, for the team. But now looking at this,
I said it in the offseason, they got better by subtraction.
Yes, I agree with that, but I'm wondering if that's in the mind.
I don't think they're going to regret it because they got a new coaching staff, and he hasn't picked anybody other than Carson Beck himself, if you think about it.
And I think it's going to be interesting that Beck is the unknown for me for them. We're all laughing at the fact, oh yeah, they've got Brissett holding out, and then they've got Beck. But as their rival in their division, I am very interested to see how Beck goes. Whatever happens, but in the back of our mind, watching, we're just wondering, and there may not be any regret, like you said. But that's
I'll tell you what I saw out of Carson Beck in that national championship. He gets frustrated at the wrong moments. It's not even when he's under pressure. He gets frustrated at the wrong moment, and he tries to push. He's a gunslinger. He tries to push the ball into problem areas, because his
that's what I
arm
thought.
strength is strong enough to push it into a tight window. The problem is, it wasn't a window; it was a crack.
It's
And-
that.
And
It's
he's
this
not
much,
at
yeah.
elite arm strength. He's just at very good arm strength. He's a lot
Yeah.
like Jared Goff, Sam Darnold with the deep ball. They're never super pretty. They're accurate, but they're not going to get there very
But can
fast.
I ask you something to that point, JB? Can that be taught or coached by the coaching staff?
No, you either have that bullet type of deep pass or you have the floater type of deep pass.
But the
The
decision
difference
making
is
can be coached.
the
Yeah,
decision
no,
making.
yeah,
yeah,
that
it-
can be 100%.
yeah, to
I'm more
tell- to-
thinking the
they got to
sleep.
teach him how to see that window better because he doesn't
Yeah.
see it well. That's the point. The decision making can help, but as
Yeah.
far as him being able to throw the ball harder and faster and then on a straighter line, that's never going to happen.
No, but I also I take into to consideration Gardner. I can't even say his name. Sorry,
Minshew.
I too much coffee. Wait on.
Yinzer.
Gardner Minshew as well, but I can't wait. I cannot
That
wait.
is
for
the
it.
comment of the
You know what,
night.
though, Megan, to your other question about the Cardinals regretting letting Kyler go, if he does really well with Minnesota and Arizona does then yeah, but it won't be. But that'll be an unfair regret
Yeah.
because he's going to a new system with KOC, the
Yeah, good
quarterback
point.
whisperer, change of scenery, all those other factions.
Yeah, good
But
point, Ken. Yeah,
There
I
will
just
be some.
wondered.
I
Like
will
I said,
say- I will say, weapons wise, Kyler Murray should be as happy as a pig in slop right
Oh
now.
yeah.
oh yeah,
Because that Vikings wide receiver room rivals almost all of the ones in the NFL.
Yeah.
When you look at the talent of the wide receiver room, and as much as I joke about TJ Dropinson, he is a good tight end. He is a Pro Bowler tight end. He's not an All-Pro. He's never been an All-Pro. He won't be an All-Pro unless he fixes those clutch key drops.
no, as I said, this is what we've been spitballing on the Hawks' nest. Do they regret? Like, it's just
No.
what we're thinking. My answer is, as Will just said, a flat out no. But to Ken's point, if Kyler goes off, which I kind of see half watching the Vikings.
Hey, as long as they they need to go sign that UDFA that wasn't drafted. His name is Jarrett Patterson. He's 5'9" and he's a center. It'd be the only way he could see over the middle of the field.
Hey,
What, you
we
mean
need
stand-
that guy.
Hang on.
We
You
need
mean
that
standing?
guy too, JB. We need
You
a
mean
clone
standing-
of that guy.
You mean if Kyler stands on his shoulders to throw?
No, because Kyler Murray, technically, if a center is 5'9", he's never standing up at his full height because he's always leaned in, getting leverage against defensive tackles.
I get what you mean. Anyway, I need to grab something to eat because it's 1 o'clock here, but I'm still going to be listening, so I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, just go off camera. We got you. Chicken nugget.
Yeah, I agree with the rest of the panel. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet on that one. I definitely agree with them, and let's see what happens. You know,
I'm just okay like Kyler Murray came to the Vikings after last season, because then the last quarterback to beat the Lions will be 9.
Ha.
But anyways, Jamie Malloy.
I actually think long term, the Cardinals won't regret getting rid of him because I think, like I said, Mike LaFleur wants a culture change, and the one thing I know this is such it's such a cliche quality, but when you talk about a rookie NFL quarterback, and you always talk about like the prototypical size and everything, Carson Beck is definitely definitely in terms of fit, like his size, 6'4", 232, decent arm and everything. But if he could process it up here, and like I said, just manage that offense. I mean, I think he could do it, but like I said, he's got the prototypical. I love it. His size is
And
everything.
I'll tell you right now, he's just as athletic as Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
JP, I want to ask you a question. If the
Absolutely.
Cardinals keep being mediocre, Carson Beck doesn't turn out, Trey McBride ask for a trade?
That would probably happen if he's not getting the ball. Let's put it at that. If he's getting the ball and he's getting his yards and he's continually a top 10 tight end every year, he's not going to ask to go anywhere unless it's to go to a contender.
Jamie, I mean,
I agree. I agree 100%.
Jeez, Ken. Will, let's not forget something else. The Cardinals may have been last place in that division last year, in a division that was really good, and they were not an easy out for anyone. Every one of their games was pretty much very highly contested. They're just in that interesting spot of they can't get over that certain hump, so they're going to lose more than they win, but they're in those games. It's not like they're getting blown out by everyone. I mean, they got a pretty solid team. They just got some holes that make it so they don't win games.
I agree, 100%. That's where I see them at. They got a lot, where when we talk about most of the teams that are contenders, you talk about one, maybe two holes on a roster, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be an O-line, whether it be secondary, whether it be a linebacker problem, whether it be a wide receiver problem. The problem is they spent a very early pick, very high on an Ohio State wide receiver that has not yet lived up to the billing. Yep. Marvin Harrison Jr., after 3 seasons, you can start to label him as a bust if he does not have a 1,000-yard season this year.
I agree with that.
This is a make or break year. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You notice they didn't say anything about extending him this year. And they did pick up the 5th-year option, but they hesitated to do it to the last day possible. So that just tells you.
This is year 3 for that.
Okay. Oh, so that's next year that they do it, right?
Yeah. They have to.
Well, his first 2 seasons, his first year was decent, except in the touchdown category. I think he had 912 yards or 889 the first season.
Yeah,
something like that. And I think he only had 6 touchdowns. Now, let's put that into perspective. He did that on 90 catches. Last year, we had a 3rd-round pick only get 26 targets. He got 386 yards and 6 touchdowns. And that was with barely being used, is what I'm getting at. That guy, when he was healthy, was on the field for every damn game, and about 70% of it. To put it in perspective.
What year is Trey McBride in? I'm trying to think.
This will be his 3rd year, if I remember it. Okay. Wasn't he drafted after, but in the same year as Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I mean, that draft class, that's a good draft class.
And wasn't the other one their running back that was coming into form this year after Connor got hurt? No, Trey Benson.
Oh, yeah.
Before he got hurt.
They had a good draft class. I mean, this is a make or break. That draft class, we could do a whole show on that draft class. If you look at that draft class from 3 years ago, very good overall draft class, and there's going to be a lot of big contracts in the next offseason.
If I remember right, you're talking 3 years ago. That's the same one when we got Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes.
No, Jahmyr Gibbs was the year before.
Jahmyr Gibbs is 23. He's talking about 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're talking
24 draft. Okay.
The guy who's going to their 3rd year, that's Caleb, Jaden, Rome, Marvin Harrison, Neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big draft class.
Now it's to the fun part of the show that we all love to do. It's the fire or ice, where I go through the questions about these headlines. If you agree with the question, say fire. If you don't, say ice. With the 2 injuries at tackle, should the Panthers sign a veteran tackle immediately? Fire or ice? Ken?
Fire.
Will?
Fire.
Megan?
Fire.
Chicken nugget?
Chicken. Oh, I guess he's. I don't know
He
where he
must
is.
be away for a minute. Jamie,
Fire.
I say Blazing Inferno.
Disco Inferno.
Yep.
I say hotter than the ninth circle of hell fire.
You know
Damn.
what
I
that
would
means?
say 8.
You know what that means, JB?
What?
We're
I
I'm
dead.
missed
so
that
glad that
song.
sounds back because I've got a new mic that doesn't need a
Yeah.
soundboard,
That sounds
and I haven't
awesome,
been
by
able
the
to
way.
use it.
I miss that sound.
Yeah. Will Ikwanwu return before week 6? Fire or ice, Jamie?
Well, wait. Who return before week 6?
Ika McQuanu.
Ike Ikwanwu, the guy with the patellar tendon rupture.
Before week 6.
Yeah.
Let me think. Ice.
All right. I see Chicken Nugget. Are you back, Chicken?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. The first question was, should Carolina trade for a veteran tackle immediately? Fire or ice?
Fire.
Will Ikwanwu return before week 6? Fire or ice?
Ice.
Megan, the Ikwanwu question.
Sorry, I'm just trying to swallow a mouthful. Ice.
Oh, hey, that's what she said. But anyway,
Hey, sweetie, this what I'm eating is far tastier than you. Don't ask me how I know. Just go
Oh
with
my God.
Oh my god. Oh
And I'm
my-
eating.
Go ahead.
So
I'll have to send you a sample and you tell me if you're right or not.
Oh,
But anyways, Will.
I'm allergic. Leave me alone.
so fire or ice, Megan.
She said ice.
I
Oh,
said ice.
it's ice. That knee injury is nothing to play around with.
Absolutely can.
Absolutely.
Check out the hook while JB revolves it. Ice, ice, baby.
Hey,
JB is cold blooded. Yenzer put it in the chat.
yeah, he is. He's cold blooded for sure. I love it.
I'm gonna say it is Arctic freezing ice because I don't think he'll be back till at least week 8.
I've got week 12 if he's lucky.
Our
Oh my
Brooks and
god,
Trumpy-
what's wrong with you?
Our books
I've
and
done a knee
Trumpy.
injury. Will, I've done several knee injuries.
I know.
That's
I
okay.
know. You've told-
I need to keep moving. Are Brooks
Sorry.
and Trumpy overdue for the induction into the Ring of Honor? Ken, fire or ice?
Fire.
Will,
Fire.
Megan,
Fire.
Chicken Nugget,
Fire.
Jamie,
It's unanimous. Fire.
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 All
I'm
right.
glad I finished
Uh,
before karaoke. I'm glad I finished.
Yes. All right. Yeah. I'm glad you were able to keep it down. Should the Bengals expand their Ring of Honor class size from 2 to more than that? Jamie, fire or ice?
Should the Packers
The Bengals.
extend it?
Bengals.
The
Bengals.
Bengals. I'm talking
Bengals?
about the Bengals Ring of Honor. Yep.
Fire.
Chicken,
Fire.
Megan,
Ice, because it dilutes it for those who get in if they have more than 2.
it depends because like Trumpy, he played there a long time ago. So did
yes,
Brooks.
but he got in. But I'm saying if you have one deserving, say
I'm
you have
saying because-
like these 2 deserve to get in, then you have 5 others. It takes away from those who deserve. I'm not saying the others don't deserve to get in, but the ones who've waited longer, it's diluted. So for me, ice.
Okay. Well,
Fire.
Ken,
Ice, because you don't want to do too much too fast.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Ken.
I'm lukewarm on it because I could see with their history, because they have had a long history, even though it hasn't been as great as everybody thinks. They've had some great players. They've just had bad teams and bad
Ken
coaches.
Anderson.
Yeah,
Boomer
true.
Esiason.
True.
All right. Is Laporta a top 3 tight end entering 2026 now that he's healthy? Ken.
Top 3 in the NFC North. Yeah.
He's asking NFL.
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm saying NFC North is going to be the best in the NFL. So thank you,
Okay,
Vogel.
Well,
just try to help.
Yeah.
well,
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, buddy.
Will,
Fire.
Okay.
Fire.
Megan,
Fire.
chicken nugget.
Hey, you know it's only right I say it. Fired, because it's our squad.
Jamie,
Fire.
burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Oh, you know how I said I managed to keep my food down? Yeah,
You just
about
lied.
that. I lied.
With the Jordan Brooks, did Miami pay fair market value for Brooks? Jamie, fire or ice?
Fire.
Okay, chicken.
Fire.
Megan.
As a 12, fire, burn, baby, burn, fire.
All right, Will.
Burning ring of fire.
All
We
right.
don't need to know your personal
Ken.
problems, Will.
A shot will clear that right up, Will.
Awesome.
Fire.
Ken, fire. All right,
Fire.
I agree. It's fire. Should Arizona meet Brissett's contract demands or hold firm? Fire or ice? Ken, fire to hold firm, ice to cave.
Off the cuff, I'll say ice.
Will?
I'm gonna say fire because this guy's 33 years old.
Megan.
Fire, because I'm a division rival.
Let the
I
hate
love it.
flow through
No,
you.
no,
Yes.
and also just one other quick thing, fellas. It's also my brother's favorite team. So
That's
Fire.
unfortunate.
yeah,
Let
very.
the hate flow through you, Megan.
Let it burn to the ground.
Yes, burn.
Chicken.
Ice.
Ooh, you're saying they should cave. All right. Jamie.
Ice.
The roof is on fire. We don't need to water. Let this motherfucker burn. Burn! Hold store firm. Don't give him a dime. He's under contract. Tell him either play or kick rocks. And that concludes the fire and ice section. This has been another episode of the NFL Roundtable Talks, and I'm going to go around the horn so everybody can tell everybody where they can find them. I'm going to start with you, Ken the Bear fan.
You can find me at, ready, wait for it, at Ken the Bear Fan on X. And also in Chicago Bears X on X. If you're a Bears fan, or if you're not a Bears fan, go in there, talk some smack with some fellow football fans. But you can get me there. You can get JV shows there, all my shows there, some Driving to the Top there. Everyone just goes to at Ken the Bear Fan on it.
And don't forget, he also goes to
JV's YouTube, which I always forget the name of it. There we go. KCB Sports on YouTube. Get us there.
Why do you think I got the hell out of the way?
I was going to say, I couldn't.
Let's give you a quick update on that as far as getting to the promised land. We are at 768 subscribers so far, charging forward a couple every week. Every time I come on here, we're a little closer. And that's thanks to everybody watching, telling people where to find us. And of course, you know, it does help that I surpassed that 500 mark, and YouTube is actually promoting me a little bit because all somebody has to do is type in KCB Sports, and I'm one of the first 3 things that come up anymore.
Nice.
Will, tell everybody where they can find you.
WVogs18, I do comic book content. I am 20 away, or 20 or 21 away from 1,000. I used to do sports cards. Now I'm doing
How close
comics.
are you on the 4 million views you need?
Not even close.
I didn't think so. So
Hey,
I'm going to
I'll help
suggest
that.
something
I've
to
been-
you.
They
I'm going to
watch it.
suggest something to you. Start sharing to your channel
I do need to.
when we're
Yeah.
live
I
because
need to
it'll
start.
help your channel grow.
I think I'm
I
gonna.
need
Get
to
your
do
views.
that.
I
need
may.
to
I
do
may.
tomorrow.
I'm gonna think about that starting in the football season. I may. I'm still thinking because I know
So
people like my comic content.
even if you don't actually create a StreamYard account, you can create the actual free account where you can add your YouTube channel, because you're able to go into 2 YouTube channels as a guest for free on the free
Oh.
version of StreamYard.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
So
That's
So
why I
you
had
could
to
have it
ask.
you could have it set up to go to your, like, if you have a group page,
okay.
you can have it go to your group page that you help mod or
Okay.
admin, and then you can also have it go to your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I haven't
So-
done that yet because I thought I'd have to pay for it. But that's good to
No,
know.
there's a
So
free
I'm
version. You can add 2 channels.
So I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna think about it. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, you
But
already
you
use a
guys
channel
can-
on you already use a channel on YouTube. Do you use StreamYard to do it?
When I do those live streams every so often, yes.
Then you'll have no problems.
Yeah,
No.
I'll think about it, JB. It's definitely food
Yep.
for thought.
I mean, it just gets your face out there, gets you more content, gets you more views.
Oh yeah, no, I
Well, his face
appreciate it.
might be the issue, JB.
I
I was gonna
know.
say-
He looks like between the
I was gonna
between the
say,
butt chin and the fact he looks like Daniel Jones Jr.
I was
How-
going to
how do
say,
I look
I
like
was going to
Daniel
say, hang on,
Jones?
boys. Hang on, boys.
Can I
I was not-
continue make? I'm almost done with my spiel.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm here on Wednesdays and Fridays. My schedule's getting easier where I'm not working past the showtime, and hopefully nothing crazy happens where I'm not able to appear on Wednesdays and Fridays. But I'm here on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I think I may be with JB tomorrow afternoon. That's
right,
it,
Megan.
Megan. Floor is
All
yours.
Okay, so I'm over on the Hawk's Nest with Brandon Kane. We are about to try for 7 shows, one of which is on the same day as this. So if I drop suddenly, I'm diffusing bombs in our chat as head mod. I am also on the NFC West Roundtable on Tuesdays, which is Wednesday, of course, where I am. I'm also on all socials, thinking now about what JB has said about StreamYard and sharing streams, because I always forget to share this one. And yeah, I'm pretty much where most people see me is in chats and things. And yeah, I'm here hopefully each week, and if not, I've got a good reason. Yeah, and you can hit me up on Instagram, on Facebook. Yeah.
All right. Chicken nugget. Let it rip.
I gotta go, JB. Good night, everyone.
Okay, chicken
All right.
nugget.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Chicken Nugget King 313. Find me on Twitter at CNK313 Sports. You can always follow me at both of those platforms. And also, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now, Chicken Nugget King 313, sitting at 393 subscribers. Just went for a 2-for-1 as well on my Lions Cook Up with Chicken Nugget King, episode 4 and 5. And you can also find me at LionsNationUnite.com, where we, got a lot of Lions gear, hats, t-shirts, sweaters, you name it. It's all Lions related. And make sure you check that out on LionsNationUnite.com, One Pride. And then tomorrow I'm going to be on Lions Talk Live at 7:30 a.m. We're going to be talking Lions football. You know what that is. You know what it do. So,
Yep.
and also you can find me right here on the KCB Sports Network too. So, yeah, One Pride. Let's go.
All right. And then on to Jamie Malloy, also known as The Forehead, who's also known as DJ Dog Tags on X. Let it rip with the longest outro in NFL Roundtable Talks history, episode 2928 today.
Oh, so 29 is coming up. I love it.
So you guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the Unbiased Journals, at DJ Dog Tags on X, theforkball.com, at buffalo.com, where I write about all sports. You could also catch up Joe Dalio and I every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Driving to the Top Sports Network, where we just did our 15th episode of Season 3 of the Subway Conversation Chat. And then you can also catch me there on that same network. Ken the Bears fan, Jerry, Adam, Marcus, all those
Big
guys
Rick.
there on Driving to the Top Productions for open mic night. And then every Wednesday night, you can catch me here on the KCB Huddle Sports Network with Jeremy B, Ken, Will, Megan, and Chicken Nugget, and whoever else is on for NFL Roundtable Talks, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch me here again on the KCB Sports Network for MLB Roundtable Talks. So thank you guys very much for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. As Smoking Jeremy B just said, we're getting so closer to the promised land, destiny, monetization, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications. And for more content on the KCB Sports Network, you can find us on Roku TV, Amazon TV, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. From all of us here, I'm Jamie Malloy, and we will see you next Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of NFL Roundtable Talks, only on the KCB Huddle Sports Network. Good night,
Well
everybody.
done, sir.
And as always, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts within us right here. Because if we don't make it better around us, we can't expect it to get better. Much love to everybody in the chat. Love every single one of you. Great evening, everybody. Great show to all my friends here. Ken, Will, Megan, Chicken, and Jamie. I want to say good evening, good night, and peace.
Of the city where the nights stay alive, lions roar in the chat, we're ready to thrive. Smoking Jeremy keeps it lit, passion ignites. Keegan the villain knows the stakes are in sight. In the fan cave we rise, raising cups to the sky. Here in the lion's den, we're hungry for gold, for that Super Bowl glory. We'll never grow old. Raise your voice, let it echo under the floodlights in this fan cave.